I think you need a difference, a reason to be in the States, and a brand. You've got to understand why you want to be there, and really the kind of differences that the US market has to the UK, and why you think you might be successful there.
Well, I guess I'd say there's probably no time like the present. Obviously, with the fall in value of the pound, then any money you can make in the US has got a much better margin than in the UK. So that's definitely a positive. For us sort of smaller retailers, I think we're in a good position.
I think the main thing would be that they have unique product or distinctive product that's different from other stuff in the States, and a good value proposition. That seems to be the main determinants of success in the US market.
I don't understand why you wouldn't, if you can do it within a sensible price. So if you can ship from the UK, if you can ship from the UK to the US and keep the costs down on trialling it, then why wouldn't you? It's an enormous market, absolutely dwarfs the UK market, and it's something that if you can, you should.
Doing business in the US is not so different to doing business in the UK. If you've got a strong brand in the UK with a strong brand proposition, then it doesn't have to be too different. I think the key thing you have to remember is that is the geography and shipping goods to the US. So in these times when customers are wanting things much quicker, the brand has got to really deliver above and beyond what it'd be delivering in the UK to compensate customers for that delay in that timing.
I think there's some similarities and some differences. I think the main differences are just a matter of scale. So in terms of mailing lists, there are many, many more mailing lists, and there are, and the lists tend to be larger. I just think even with the Abacus database, you see the co-op size in the US versus over here. It's just a bigger country and a bigger market. I think the things that are similar is you really have to be good at testing, and you have to be really good at analyzing what you see in the tests. And it's just, being smart about testing, whether it's an offer or a list, and then testing and learning and building your business from that and getting to scale.
The media landscape's really quite different out in the US, so you don't have the aggregated newspapers that you have in the UK. You don't have the broad reach through 3 or 4 titles that you can get in the UK. But in direct mail, things are relatively similar. Data pools exist. You can get your hands on a lot more data and a lot more detail about the data in the US because the data privacy laws are less stringent than they are in the UK and Europe. But generally in the direct world, it's very similar.
As far as Pure Collection is concerned, which is obviously a fashion retailer, our American customers are always asking us, what are the trends in the UK? What are the ladies of Harrogate wearing this week? So they really do like that. The other key thing is they really love the British sensibility. They really trust the British businesses, and they love the British accent on the phone. We're always looking at pushing our web business, but one thing that really brings that back is the fact that they do love an English accent.